Hello and welcome to MCC TV International Show. My name is John Dabeet. I'm the host for this show. I teach at MCC Economics and Statistics, and also I coordinate the business department. Today's show is an extra special show because basically the topic that we're going to discuss will be education. And I don't think we can have any individual that can discuss this topic better than the two leaders in Muscatine here. One of them leads the college and one of them leads the school district as our guest for today. So help me welcome our guest today, Dr. Naomi DeWinter. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And Dr. Jerry Riibe, I'm very happy to have both of you on the show today to discuss, educational issues at the school level, at the college level, and also to talk about projects that both institutions and organizations are working together for the benefit of our students, the kids at the school level, and of course the students here at the college. But I would like to start by asking each one of you also to introduce yourself, please, for our audience.
Mm-hmm. So I'm Naomi DeWinter. I've been the president at Muscatine Community College since about the middle of August, and so it's just been under a year. And I remember meeting Jerry at a reception that they held for me in the fall on our campus. I came from Northern Michigan, a community college of about 3,000 students, and had worked there in the Student Affairs Division for about 17 years. I've also worked at a large multi-campus community college called Oakland Community College. It's one of the largest in the nation with about 50,000 students. And so I bring those experiences with me to Muscatine. And it's been a joy to be here, to get to know the stakeholders in the community, to participate in all the community activities, and we felt very, very welcome here.
Welcome. Thank you.
Well, Jerry Riibe, and I'm finishing my third year here in Muscatine, and I would concur with Dr. DeWinter. This is, my wife and I have thoroughly enjoyed our time here. This is about 38 years in education, so I've been doing this longer than you've been alive. This seems, and I've been in a lot of different sizes of districts, from very small to very large, rural to metropolitan, and I haven't been anywhere, though, where there is a greater sense of community than Muscatine, and a greater sense of unity of purpose. And support for our school system, and I think we have a lot of great things going on in this community, and I also think we have a lot of potential, and I'm really excited the direction that MCC is going, and I think we can be it can be a great partnership between the school system and the college.
Thank you. Great to have both of you with us, and we are lucky to have both of you also in Muscatine too. And I want to start with just a simple question. Well, what does it mean to you? Like when you say MCC, what does it mean to you? And the same thing, what does it mean to you when you hear Muscatine School District?
Well, when I hear Muscatine School District, I hear all the voices of those parents and kids that have great dreams and hopes for the future. And I see the Muscatine School District as the avenue, the roadway, the pathway for these kids and these families moving forward. And I also see us as a vital part of helping to maintain the economic stability of the community, as well as that social fabric of the community. And obviously we can't do this alone. That's why it's such a great opportunity for Muscatine to have Muscatine Community College here, because without the college, our roadway narrows significantly.
I think here's where you'll start to see some of the synergy between the institutions. So for me, the most important part of MCC is the community piece of it, that we have to reflect the needs of the community, both for the incoming students and both for the outgoing students in terms of the industry that we need to support. And so to be in constant communication and partnership with those two entities would mean that MCC is a successful institution.
Yeah, thank you. Describe your day. I know both of you are very busy, and most probably you spend a lot of time during the day meetings, whether it's college or school meeting, and community, as you both mentioned. Describe your day for our audience.
Your day is more exciting.
Every day is a little bit different, which makes the job so exciting. But I think I probably spend most of my day working with the factors that are outside the school that impact what happens inside the school. So from working with state agencies to community agencies to post-secondary institutions, how do all those factor in? Takes a big part is a big part of my responsibility. And then you also have all the things that go on inside the school. So getting the chance to work with parents and with principals and teachers to make sure that the day-to-day things match what we hope meet the needs of the folks outside the school system, what their hope for us is. So it does vary, and now that we're in warmer weather, my mornings are much nicer. I don't have to get up going, where is that weather radio at? So.
So Muscatine Community College belongs to the Eastern Iowa Community College District, and so I have, in a typical week, I will have meetings with my counterparts at Clinton Community College and Scott Community College, as well as the chancellor and his cabinet, so that we can work in tandem with each other on various projects that are ongoing. So I have that piece which ties me to more the Davenport area. And then last night, for example, we celebrated an opening of another satellite campus in West Liberty to add to the ones we have in Columbus Junction and Wilton. And so I had the opportunity to be there and get to know the community more in West Liberty and think ahead of the possibilities with education and partnering with that community. This morning I had a president's team meeting, so the leadership of MCC talking about some issues that we want to plan for, and we were meeting with some of our people in the student services area, looking actually at high school enrollments and looking to see over the last few years where our high school enrollments have grown and maybe not grown, and what strategies we want to do to address those. Muscatine Schools has a very strong enrollment of about 30%, I think, each year of the high school graduating class, so that's a very positive thing. Later today, I'll be participating in the Cinco de Mayo festival that Student Senate is putting on. Chad was just telling us about the wiffle ball competition, so I think I must participate with that and maybe challenge Jerry to a game or two.
I think my shoulder's acting up. I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that.
Yeah. I have a meeting with one of the students whom I'm mentoring this semester, and so we're meeting for lunch at the Cinco de Mayo festival, and she's interested in pursuing a career in elementary education, so I'm doing what I can to ensure that she meets that goal down the road.
And with all honesty, I know, and most people know, that both of you are very busy, and with all that you do, you are always available. And that's the thing that I really like about both of you, because, I myself, when, if I have a question and I approach either or, I get the answer right away. So that tells a lot about your leadership style and you as individual who's taking on, again, that position to lead the school district here and to lead the college here. So many thanks for doing that, because I know you are very busy and you are available at the same time. And that's a great thing that we see from both of you. One thing that you like to see happening at MCC, and the same thing at the school district, what will be that one thing?
Well, one thing that, and if we were to be named king tomorrow, which I'm pretty sure is not going to happen, I think the direction we're moving of really looking at education K-14 is really critical, because we, you know, the K-12 structure goes back to the time of my parents, when really 8th grade for my father was a terminal point, and high school was seen as an extension of education, a fairly extensive extension. Well, now we know that really kids need some training post 12th grade. And that's one of the things that I really appreciate about having MCC available, is that we have kids that are looking at going to a 4-year school. MCC can serve them. If we have students that are looking to receive an associate's degree, MCC can serve them. If we have students that are looking to get some specific certification, or maybe just a few courses in some area so that they can get a move into the world of work, MCC can serve them. And I just think we really need to make that connection for all students, because I think MCC is that link, that transition point for our kids to whatever they're going to be doing in the rest of their life. And so the stronger the K-14 link becomes, the better it is for our kids and our community.
So I would say a goal that Jerry and I share is to increase the number of high school graduates who choose to go to college. Now, selfishly, that college would be MCC, because I think we have some quality programs, but I understand that's not the solution for everyone. Some recent data that we took a look at is that not just Muscatine schools, but in Iowa, we have the nation's best high school graduation rate. I think it was just reported at 91% just the other day, which is wonderful. But there's a gap between the students who graduate from high school and then the students who graduate with bachelor degrees. And we are more in the middle of the pack when you look at a comparison across the nation. And so we're thinking of how we can minimize that gap. How can we turn those high school graduates into college graduates at a much more successful rate? So I think things that we're involved with include a new grant that the United Way was given through the College Access Network, I think. And so we're pulling together lots of different organizations to take a look at this specific issue, to how to increase the college going rate in Muscatine.
And this really fits in with the governor's goal of increasing those students with post-secondary degrees, because the state work has shown that the jobs in the future are going to require, more jobs are going to require more educational certification, more degrees, more training. And if I was going to be competitive into the future, we have to have a workforce that's going to have the capacity to move forward. And so, yeah, it's important work. We're not just MCC is not into this just to get more folks onto their campus. There's a bigger mission with this, and it's one we're all taking very seriously.
Do we know reasons why do we have this gap between 91% of our students are graduating high school, but less and less are going to college and getting a degree? Do we have some reasons in that research? I mean, are they suggesting anything?
I have not seen the reasons kind of cited along with that research, but I would make an educated guess in that probably the students and their families too have an outdated model and thinking about what is needed in terms of education. So they may be using a model where high school was sufficient to get a job and to get a career really out of it. But things have changed so much, even since their parents' time, that model needs to be revised. And I know that in a rural area like this, we have a lot of first-generation students. So students whose parents, or really no one in their direct family, has gone to college themselves. And so it's very difficult for a person who has no experience with college thinking about that and preparing for that.
And I think with that large number of first-time college goers, also they often come from families that have some limited resources. And so that continuing cost of post-secondary, which can be extensive, sometimes can cause students and families to look at other options. So I don't think it's necessarily just a matter of students aren't prepared for college, although I think that there's an element of that. I also think there's a lot of social reasons for this, and it really is something the whole community needs to address. We cannot fix it in the K-12 system. The college system can't fix it. It is a community issue. And it's very similar to trying to change the high school dropout rate. We can't do it alone within the walls of our high school. Families, employers, the whole community, they really have to come together and say it's important that every child completes. And so I think that this broader conversation about what do we want our communities, our state to look like, it needs to have a lot of stakeholders and a lot of commitment. Because unfortunately, as talented as Dr. DeWinter is, I don't think she'll be able to solve this one on her own. She may come very close, but she's going to need a little bit of help at the end.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's going to take me to my next question, as a matter of fact. That's great discussion because, you know, I mean, working together now. I mean, the college, the school, several projects working together. Do you think like this going to affect the new generation, our students at the school level, to look at the college in a different way? Because now with all the projects that the college is trying to implement with the school, whether it's reading, reading lesson, or just visiting a school, or bringing the school, the students here, the kids here, to experience what college is all about. Do you think this can change things like in the future? And if we can talk about that, because I'm not quite sure how many of our audience know really about that relationship, which I call really a unique relationship between the college and the school district.
So maybe we can give you some examples of the things we're doing.
Would be perfect.
And so I'll mention our relationship with Colorado Schools, which is right across the street from the college. We are formalizing a partnership with them so that the kids there are about 260 kids who attend Colorado, are familiar and comfortable with coming to a college campus. And so one of the things we did just a couple of weeks ago was invite the K through third graders here to our little theater. They had a performance, a puppet performance by a puppeteer from West Liberty. And so they were able to walk across campus and be in one of our largest buildings, a Strand Hall. And our goal with students that young is for them to become so familiar on a college campus that when it comes high school age, it's no question of whether or not they will fit here. We are planning a little bit later this month an event for the third and fourth graders, or fourth and fifth graders, at Colorado, and that's more of a college knowledge event. So they'll have some activities related to our programs, and they'll learn a little bit more about what we have. We'll also be sending volunteers for the field day that's upcoming, so that they can just get to know people like me and you and others who are here, students as well. And so that's one population that I think will be able to affect with this ongoing relationship. So we don't want to do just one thing and then you never see us again. I think it's important to have a sequence of events. Later this afternoon I'll be meeting with some of the counselors at Muscatine High School. We've been working to try to bring University of Northern Iowa's elementary education program here to Muscatine. And so the first step in that is to offer an event for students who think they want to become elementary teachers to learn what that is about. And so UNI faculty will come here to MCC. The students from Muscatine High School and other schools will be invited to have a series of sessions. So that does a couple of things. Again, the MCC as the facilitator of that, and then working in partnership with UNI and the area high school students. Maybe you can talk about that.
Well, and I think that is particularly exciting because it really makes MCC the connecting link to transition to the next phase of our students' lives. And I think that's just going to be really important for our kids and for the community to have that link to a four-year institution. So I'm really excited about that.
I mentioned the Career Academy for Advanced Manufacturing. Or
Yeah, we have, you know, one of the things that I just feel fortunate about is that it doesn't take an act of Congress to get things working between the school system and MCC. We're very excited about Manufacturing Academy that'll be up and running next year that will really provide students in high school an opportunity to get some upfront understanding of what that world is like and some training and preparation, and be able to take that to the next level, either world of work or through MCC through an associate's program. So again, that's just another example, I think, of how we can help prepare kids to have a really good life here in Muscatine. Because that, at the bottom line, we want quality workers for our industry in town, but we want people that are able to earn a good living and have a good family life here in Muscatine to help strengthen the community. You know, one of the other projects that we're working on is having our East Campus students housed here at MCC, which again I think is another great way of introducing some students that will really benefit from community college experience at a time in their life when I think it will really be impactful and really help them move to seeing the world just a little bit differently. So, you know, I think our school system would not be able to meet the needs of kids like we are without MCC.
And I'm glad that you are sharing all these examples, because we don't know really how many. I mean, I know you work very hard to get the community involved and to get everybody know about those kind of relationship that I still think they are very unique relationship, because I don't think you find them a lot in other places. But we do have that strong relationship here in Muscatine that we should be proud of. So thanks for sharing this information with our audience also, so that at least they can connect the dots together and see how both institutions works together. My next question, and I don't want it to sound like a tradition question, but where do you see MCC 5 years from now, and where do you see the school district 5 years from now?
Well, I think my dream in 5 years is that our school district will have we will have greatly improved our dropout rate, our high school completion rate. That it'll be a clear choice of folks that, regardless of what your path may be after high school, be it four-year college, be it two-year school, be it more career-oriented, that we're able to provide those into as easy transition as possible. But I really hope that people see it as one of the pillars that continues to make Muscatine a strong community. That people choose Muscatine to live here because of the school system, and the school system is strong and vibrant because of the strong and vibrant community we have. And so I think if we can continue to work down that direction, and with great partners like MCC, I really think we can make this happen. You know, I think one of the things we share in common, I think a lot of people think of MCC as Muscatine's community college. And we are Muscatine's community school district. And that sense of community is important for both of our institutions, and I think we both recognize the value and importance of maintaining that.
So we will be the second pillar in the community as far as education. And not that we aren't already, but your question about 5 years. So I see growth in the college when when more students choose to go to college, and when we're able to work with more adults who are looking at retraining or gaining another skill. I also see us improving in our success rates. So one of the beauties of a community college such as Muscatine is that we have an open admission policy. So anyone who's interested in improving themselves has an opportunity, and that brings certain challenges with it as well. So we want the students who begin to graduate And that's something that we will be working on very, very closely over the next several years.
Thank you. Yeah, I know we are talking about education, but it's nice somehow to talk about, both of you are very busy. So how do you find time for families, for, social things? So if you don't mind, can you share that?
Well, I think speaking for our family, most of our social stuff involves school.
Right.
I'll typically call my wife and say, hey, how about date night? We have a school carnival we can go to. So a lot of our time, and at this point, we don't have any kids at home now, so we're both really, our social life tends to be centered around school and community.
Mm-hmm. And I think you have to integrate those things. You can't completely separate them. So Jerry and I are both members of the Rotary Club, and I remember a couple of months ago, our spouses and we were at a trivia night for Rotary, and I think we were on the winning team.
I believe we triumphed overall.
Yes,
I do believe so. Yes.
So combining, the family members with Rotary, and we were on the education team actually. So I think you have to try and mix everything together that you can. Mm-hmm.
As we are approaching the end of the show today, I would like to give each one of you free time. And I don't know if, for example, if we didn't cover something that you think that our audience needs to know about the college or about the school district, so please feel free to share that with our audience if possible.
Well, the Muscatine Community School System certainly recognizes that we are not at the place we want to be. We have growth. We want to see an increase in student performance and student completion. We want to see us connected better to families. We want to have more opportunities for people to be engaged with our school system. And next year we're going to start a fairly extensive needs assessment to take a look at what are the barriers keeping us from being where we would like to be, what are we going to need to get over those, and what are the community expectations for us. So I think the next few years we're going to have some great opportunities in the school system to really make some strides forward by really looking at what are at the core some things that we need to get a lot better at. And I look forward to the involvement of the college in that, because again I see that K-14 is critical for us if we're going to complete our mission.
So I think we want to be viewed as a partner in solving some really serious community challenges. And so whatever we can do to bring assets to the table, our talented faculty, resources that we have in terms of buildings or services, we want to be a partner in the future.
Thank you. Well, many thanks for both of you for sharing your vision and the ideas and the programs that both institutions are sharing here in Muscatine that makes, obviously, Muscatine a better place to be part of and to live in. So thanks a lot again for coming on this show today, and I really appreciate everything you do.
Thank you, John.
And with that, as I always say, if you have any question and or comments, you can call me at 563-288-6064, or you can email me at jdabeet@eicc.edu. Till next time, Muscatine, bye-bye.